So this is a code walkthrough of our menu matcher AI agent. So this is a fun AI agent. I actually had fun with this AI agent, and yeah. So I will first tell you what it does and how it functions, and I will walk you through this code which I made and what is actually happening behind under the hood. So before that, uh, the code for this AI agent will be on my GitHub repository. The link for that repository will be in the description or in the caption. You can go and check it out and can download and expand on this code. But make sure that you start the repository, say hi, hello in comment section of this video, or if you're on LinkedIn, you can say hi in comment there also, or you can just follow me. And yeah, again, before I start, as a YouTuber, my duty is to tell you that subscribe to this channel, like, share, comment, and yeah, let's walk through this code. It's a easy code. It's a fun little AI agent. So first of all, what it does. So based on your mood or mood of an emoji, let's say if I write happy or if I give a emoji of happy, uh, it will give me menu which I can try um, based on my mood with a cheeky message with a dish name in a very cheeky fashion. So let's say I was actually trying to be smart and I was trying to throw this AI agent off. So I wrote something. Let's say I'm feeling very excited, if you know what I mean. So it actually gave me a very cheeky message with a very cheeky name of a food. So you can try and have fun with that. So you can go for happy, sad, angry, excited, even you know what I mean. And it will create a, let's say, it will give you a three, four dishes which you can try with a message based on your mood. So it's a fun little AI agent. So let's do this. Let's see what we are doing. So as you can see, we have created five components here. So we have our dish card where we will in future show dishes. Right now we are not doing anything. I have written the code. This code will be there, but right now it is not protected properly. So the two or three components which we will see is order history, mood selector, and emoji reaction. From screens, we will see recommendation screen, home screen, history screen, chat screen. There is a code, but it is not properly connected. You can connect it. It is very easy to connect that. But since it does not have direct impact on our functionality of an app, so we will not go into that. Again, we have a style. Okay, we have not created any style thing because we are directly giving our styling to each file, which is good. We have OpenAI JS, the backbone of this app, and then Stack Navigator. We will look into that, and we have our index.js and app.js. So let's start. Again, I have stored my API key in .env, and you should also, because you should always keep your API's key safe no matter what. Don't release your API keys in public on internet. So always store your API key in .env and always um always mention .env in git ignore, so that if by mistake you push this code to git or your GitHub, your API key is safe. Okay, so what we are doing, as you can see, there is a Babel config file here also and a macro config file. These are used for Expo apps. So based on your Expo version, you can have this or not. So let's start by looking into index.js file. So everything starts from index.js file, and you will see a proper walkthrough how our app functions. So what happens once we run the app here by doing npx expo start, it will come to index.js file. It will say, as you can see, we have imported our app, which is this file here. So it will go from this file, it will register the main component with expo here. It will go to this app.js file. And what you can see here is that we are actually importing our navigator from stack navigation. So basically we are importing this folder, and we are importing this file, which is our stack navigator.js file. And this is expo.status bar. It's for basically giving a structure to our expo app. And this is for navigation. And these are pre-built, like these are library which you can install, and it is given by uh, React Foundation or React software. So as you can see, what we are doing here, we are storing the stack navigation inside navigator container. So what this does is basically it creates a container, it creates a box inside which we store our stack navigation. And what stack navigation do, it helps us to navigate between different screens of our application or our AI agent. And we will look into how it how it works. Why we have exported app here? Because we are using this app, we are importing this app in our index.js here. If we don't write export default dot app, export default app, we can't import our app in index.js. This will come to app.js after we are inside app.js. As you can see, this is actually pointing us towards stack navigator. So we will go ahead in stack navigation, and we will see what all the fuss about it, like what this file stores. So as you can see here, we are importing different screens: our history screen, our chat screen, our recommendation screen, and our home screen. So basically what we are saying, that we are connecting the name home to our home screen, which is here. We are connecting our recommendation to our recommendation screen, which is here. History to history screen here. Chat to chat screen, which is here. So this file help us to navigate between different screens. So if we want to go to our home screen, the stack navigator will be called. It will help us to navigate to our home screen. If you want to go to recommendation screen, it helps to navigate to recommendation screen. So we have to create a stack. Stack is basically one top of the other. So basically, there is a navigation pattern which we know as stack navigator in Expo, which help us to navigate from one screen to different screen. Okay. So now, before we look into screens, we will look into component of the screen, what we are using inside that screens. And as you can see, we are also exporting this because we are using this stack navigator in our app.js. Okay, let's go on our components. So what we are doing here. So here, let's start from mood selector. So as you can see, I'm assigning emojis with label. So this emoji means happy. So if I enter or input this emoji, it considered that my mood is happy, so happy. If I write happy, it means also happy. This means sad, this means excited, this means angry, this means tired. But since we are using an API call to GPT, we can actually go ahead and get crazy with it. I tried it with different mood and it works. And here basically what I am saying, we are mapping our mood. We are mapping, so key value pair map, if you know, let's say in very simplest way how I can explain you map. If you have a roll call and you have a name, the roll call is your key and your name is value. So map actually functions on key value pair. So basically we will map m, we are assigning an m, and we will map it to some index so that we know which mood we are basically entering. in our input field. So as you can see, we are saying that we have a set mood parameter. So we will take a set mood parameter, then this is a styling part of it. Here is the main mapping part. So we'll say map moods dot map. So basically map it to m index. And what is that m index? So index is our key. This is a styling part, and it will map it to label. So basically m dot label, and set that m dot label to our mood. So this value will get set to our parameter. So based on this value, it will generate our recommendation. And this is a like input field thing. So basically what we are saying that style our emoji and style our label. It will have a text components around it. So as you can see, text tag is there. So basically this will come under a text component where we are saying, okay, this is we have this emoji. So we'll get emoji here, and we will get the like a label associated to that emoji here. And this is how we will like set our mood. And if you think what this style or something which we are using comes from, it comes from here, which is our styling part. We are saying, okay, container, we want a row, we want that container to be in center, we want it to be 20 megapixels down from a margin top. Then we are basically defining different uh, parameters for our style. You can play with this if you want. This is just a styling part. This has no effect on your functionality, but you can like go play with this values to get your own unique UI or UX feel. Again, we are exporting it because we will use this mood selector in our screen. Now in order history, I have created a dummy order history for testing and everything. So here it is basically about order history component. So how we will store the history of order which user like have entered, or the mood which user have entered previously. So what we are saying, create a flat list. So basically, let's say there is one, let's say user has uh, in history have pizza. So create a pizza flat list, store it there. The order should be there, and the like recommendation associated to that uh, mood should be there. So this is what we are doing. So we are getting that order, and we are basically assigning that order parameter here. And we are again mapping it to like item and index we are taking, and we are converting into string. So we are taking that index which we got uh, from here, and we are converting it to string, and we are creating card out of it to visually represent that. Then in dish card, we will create same, like we will take a dish. And right now there is no image thing there. I have to implement this, but this is how we can create a dish card component. And we can also have like emoji reactions. So we can also set reactions. So basically when our app starts, our state is null, there is no reaction. So if let's say user enter any one of these emojis, it will go ahead and style it, and it will title it how you feel about this dish. And after a user, let's say input some emoji, it will again map it. And when we will press the button, an event will occur which is set reaction. So it will set um, the emoji thing, let's say this lovely, excited, liked, yummy, or happy, to that input. So basically what we are saying, when we will ask a user how do you feel about this dish, once user enter how it feels, it will set a emoji associated to that feeling. around that dish. Okay, and this is again a styling part of that. After component, let's come on the screen part. So again, like I will not go into chat screen, but let's go first to home screen, which is like starting screen of this app. So here I'm using animation. So we are importing Lottie Reacts Navigate, which help us to implement animations in our UI UX. So here from assets, from our assets folder, we are taking a food .json animation, which is this. Again, this will show welcome to menu matcher. You can rename it to whatever you like. Then we will have two buttons. One is recommendation, one is history. So obviously when we press on recommendation, it should navigate to some screen. That's why navigation dot navigate. And as you have I have told you that recommendation is actually mapped to recommendation screen. If you want to see, you can come again and stack navigator, and as you can see, recommendation is mapped to recommendation screen and history is mapped to history screen. So on our home screen we are saying, okay, when a button is pressed uh, which is named recommendation, navigate to recommendation screen. Then there we will show obviously we will make a button to get navigation. So once that button is pressed, it will go to recommendation screen and ask for recommendation from our agent. Here what we are doing, we are navigating to history screen again. Then we will make a button where we will obviously you can name whatever you like. You can just name it history. I have named it view order history. So once it is tapped, you will get to history screen there. This is again a styling part of it. You can play around it with this if you want. uh, I think for me this looks nice. Now let's come on history screen. So this we have made a dummy value here. So this is a dummy value with the ID 123 basically to list it down. Then dish and the date they have created. So this is a dummy value to test this app. Now as you can see, obviously we have to, when the app starts there will be a dummy value, but after dummy value you have to store the history of a user which uh, they are using while they are creating while using this app. So you can't just show this dummy value there, right? So what we are saying, okay, in inside container there is a heading of order history. Then we will make a flat icon, flat list which we have made in our components. We will say, okay, every item has an ID. So this ID, then render that item with let's say there is a ID1, ID2, ID3. So render it according to that ID. Then um, in our card, render card, give the item dish. For our demo value it should be margarita pizza, cheeseburger pizza, ramen noodle, and item date. So for our dummy value it will be 10th of February 2024, then 8th of February 2024, and 5th of February 2024. So it will create history according to that. And then our styling part here, again you can play around with it. So what we are saying, we are creating a container, we are creating a heading, we are creating a card. So basically we are creating a card for each order. So this is a property of that card. You can play around with it, you can change this color, as you can change this hexadecimal value, and you will get some different color. You can find this value on internet. You can go on coolers and get this value. Whatever you feel like, you can change it according to your wish. You can change the font weight of how the how it should look like when a dish is there, the name of dish is there, and font weight of our date, color of our date. After this we will we have, I think we looked into our home screen, we looked into our history screen. Now we will come on recommendation screen. So again, recommendation scheme is more or less same, but it has some few properties. So obviously, when our uh, app is run for the first time, there is no mood set there, no response, no loading, because this is the first time our app is running. So our state would be empty, the response would be empty, the loading will be false because it is running for the first time. So as you can see here, we have created a function which we have named handle recommendation, and it's a async function. So what is a async function? Async functions are the function which actually does not get affected if another function is also working in parallel to a given function. So what we are saying, okay, get the mood. If there is no mood, set response, please enter the mood first. You have to have a mood to generate a recommendation or according to that mood. After you get the mood, obviously there will be some loading time because you're going to your API and fetching the response and coming back. So show that loading thing, and store what we got to our result. So what is this get this recommendation? This function is actually inside of an OpenAI.js. We will go through this after this, and store it to results, and set response which we have made above to results here, response to results, and show that result, and set loading to false. Simple. So this is again styling part of it. Ensure this exists. Like if let's say you don't use this, you will find your app will crash because there is a require key here. So it is required if you want to like use animation and everything. Now we are basically what we are saying, we are giving some text input here. So basically we are styling the input field. We are saying, okay, the input would have a placeholder of enter your mood. It will get a value of mood which we have made, and it will set that mood to set mood in our input field here. uh, we will have some sort of heading. Right now my heading is mood based dish recommendation. Then after that, obviously, to like we will have some sort of button for interaction. So we will say, okay, we have button. When that button is pressed, function is called handle recommendation, which we have made above. And this handle recommendation, what it does, it looks for user input, and if there is a user input, it goes to get a recommendation. This will get executed. The button will have this written on it. You can change to whatever you feel like. Then after doing that, obviously there will be some sort of loading. So we are saying if, so this question mark is if there is an activity. So we are basically here we are making an indicator to show that we are loading something. So we are saying activity indicator size, you can make it large, medium, small, whatever you feel like. Color you can decide for your own self. um, you can change this hexadecimal to whatever color you feel like, and basically style the loader. And if not, uh, give back the response, which is that enter a mood or there is some sort of error while fetching it. It will give the response, and it will show the response in text. So basically it is inside text, so it will show that response in a text format. And because we want it to have, because we will get a recommendation and it can be fairly large, so we want our app to not crash and show all the information. So we want it to it inside a scroll view. That's why this all code is inside the scroll view tag. So as you can see here, scroll view. So this is all inside scroll view, that's why. And again, this is a styling part of container, animation, heading, input, button text. You can change according to that. So if you have like seen my previous AI agent codes, what I have done in previous codes, that I have basically made all the styling thing, all the styling choices inside our app style file, which I made under styles folder. That's why I got confused in starting while presenting this app, because in this case I have made all of this inside every file, so that every code, every file has their own style. It should not come from a centralized place. But the benefit of having styles on centralized place is that uh, by making one change, you can reflect that change to whole app. In this case, if you want to make the benefit of using this like this is that if you want to change certain style of a certain page, you can do it inside that page only, and it will not get reflected on whole app. So we have our own checks and biases there. So you can use according to that if you want key to keep your style centralized, so that you can just change one parameter and it should recommend one value in style, and it will reflect to whole of the app. You can make an centralized app style file here inside style, or if you want to have a different style for different screens, you can do like this. So after screens and everything, we are done here. We have made components and everything, stack navigation, last file, which is a backbone of our this AI agent, OpenAI. Now we will see what we are doing actually. So here, get this recommendation which I showed you. So it will get a mood. Obviously, it's a async function. It will get a mood from our input field. Obviously, if there is no history, it will show no recent history. Inside this, because we are communicating to with our API, and we have some endpoints, so we are using Axios, um, and we will obviously, because we are sending some message, will use post. So basically, communicate while posting these messages to this URL, OpenAPI URL. So it will go to this URL. It will go to GPT-4 model. You can change model here 3.5, 1, whatever you feel like, and it will carry messages. So basically, it will go ahead and uh, give this message that you are a system, uh, and you are a matchmaker, menu matcher, a fun and engaging food assistant, and give me humorous dish recommendation. So for a system role, it will carry this message. So there are different roles, if you don't know, for a like a GPT, user, system, and assistant. You can read about it on, and they have like a proper documentation on their chat GPT documentation there. So basically act like a system, basically act like a robot, if I can make like use that word loosely, and get me this this prompt will be given to GPT-4, and it will generate an engaging food recommendation. And for user, so it will behave like an user. So basically I am feeling mood, like this will get either emoji or whatever you typed in your input field. And my past order history, let's say if you have any history in your past, it will get this. Based on your mood and history, it will suggest three dishes. So at straightforward, you can see here you are communicating with a GPT as a first person in user, but as a system you are assigning a role to GPT. So that's the difference between system and user thing. And basically, these are prompts which are stored under the content. And if you want a larger message from GPT-4, you can increase this max token size or token size. So loosely, what is token? It is basically words, how many words you want. So right now I'm just I want 150 words for it. It would go ahead and check for your API key. That's how it communicates and know that you are legit user, which you have stored in .env file, and get you the messages. And what we are doing here, we are basically just getting that response and trimming down to show that response to user in a better way. So basically get the response message and trim it down. If there is let's say some sort of error, so basically there can be either uh, API error or a connection error or something. But let's say if your user is not so tech friendly, I would say, um, he would get confused, like if he gets an API connection error, or there is some sort of 404 error or something. So you want to show a message, a very human friendly message. So basically, error in fetching recommendation, or oops, couldn't get the recommendation, try again. This will take care of your recommendation part. This is for chat response, which we have made. But I will show you how I made the response part because our chat is not complete. So that's why I will not go there. So what I am doing, I am saying you are a menu matcher. So basically, when a user chats with you, engage with the user in fun, in engaging way, and assist with the humor and emoji. So basically, it will uh, talk to a user with an emoji fun way, and obviously same as above, the like core structure of this function is same as above. And because why it is same, because this is the core structure how we communicate with our API, OpenAI API, and this structure is more or less given by OpenAI only. You have to just change here and there a little bit to have a connection between them. So yeah, this was the walkthrough of our menu matcher AI agent. So yeah, go ahead and check this code for your own self. The link for my GitHub would be in the in the description or in the post. Make sure that you star the repository. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, like and comment, and yeah. Um, the only help which I can ask from you is to support me here by subscribing, liking, and commenting. And yeah, let's see what we make in next video. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care and yeah, start the repository. Bye bye. Peace.